Nigeria has so many sports icons.
Thank you very much for staying tuned to the NTA. My name is Cecil, and of course you know you're watching the Medley Show. Now the Medley Show today promises to be, we have a potpourri of a sort. Now I have a question for many of you. When you hear DSO, the digital switchover, what do you understand by it? I know many people have seen me, I've been asking, what's that whole DSO thing about? Well, this is part of what we'll be talking about on the Medley Show today. Now, the digital switchover have taken place in some cities across Nigeria. I know we have it here in the FCT, Abuja. We have it in Jos, Osogbo in Osun State, Ilorin in Kwara State, Enugu, and we have about 6 states. And of course, the train is going to stop in Lagos on Thursday, the 29th. All right, so tell me what you understand by the digital switchover. And for those of you who have experienced it in these cities, you might want to tell us your experience on the digital switchover. Send your questions and then we'll see how much of these we can answer. Now, by popular demand, I still have quite a number of your messages of last week. Remember last week we talked about sports. We talked about sports personalities, sports icon, the National Sports Festival. We talked a lot about it. And I realized that whenever we talk sports, the messages just keep coming in over and over and over again. Anyhow, we have some of your messages, and by popular demand, many of you asked, Cecil, please ask my question. Please, Cecil, please read my message. And I thought, okay, why don't we use the first half of this program to take care of your messages, the messages you sent in. And that's what we'll be doing. And we'll have a sports analyst, a sports host who will be making an attempt to help answer these questions, because trust me, I really can't give you the answers you might be needing. All right, he'll be joining me in a short while, but that will be right after we take this feature. And this feature we're going to take is having a look at some of Nigerian prominent sports personalities.
Nigeria has so many sports icons, and these icons have made the nation proud not only at the national level but also at the international level. One of these icons includes Samuel Sochukwuma Okwaraji. He was born on the 19th of May 1964. He was a professional footballer who played for Nigeria. He was also a qualified lawyer who had a master's in international law from the Pontifical Lateran University of Rome. He collapsed and died of congestive heart failure in the 77th minute of a World Cup qualification match against Angola at the Lagos National Stadium, Surulere, Lagos, on the 12th of August 1989. Rashidi Yekini was born on the 2nd of October 1963. He was a Nigerian professional footballer who played as a striker. Yekini scored 37 goals as a Nigerian international footballer and represented Nigeria in 7 major tournaments, including 2 World Cups, where he scored the country's first ever goal in the competition. He was also named the African Footballer of the Year in 1993. Mary Onyali Omagbemi was born on the 3rd of February 1968. Omagbemi performed especially well in the All-African Games, winning a total of 7 individual medals in the short sprints. Her consecutive Olympic appearances from 1988 to 2004 made her the first Nigerian to compete at 5 Olympics. Stephen Okechukwu Keshi was born on the 23rd of January 1962 in Azare, Bauchi State. During his playing career, Keshi earned 60 caps for the Nigerian national team, making him the nation's second most capped player at the time of his retirement. As a manager, Keshi achieved success by qualifying Togo for the only FIFA World Cup appearance in its history in 2006. Stephen Keshi passed away on the 7th of June 2016. Blessing Okagbare Otegeri was born on the 9th of October 1988. Okagbare was born in Sapele, Delta State, Nigeria. She participated in a number of disciplines early on, competing in the long jump, triple jump and high jump events at the Nigerian School Championships and winning a medal in each. She was a triple jump bronze medalist at the 2004 Nigerian National Sports Festival. JJ Okocha was born on the 14th of August 1973. He is a Nigerian former professional footballer who played as an attacking midfielder. JJ Okocha was born in Enugu State. The name JJ was passed down from his elder brother James, who started playing football first. He began playing football on the streets just like many other football stars, usually with a makeshift ball. Former Brazil and Barcelona attacking midfielder Ronaldinho revealed that Okocha was one of his most admired attackers. Clemens Westerhoff was born on the 3rd of May 1940. He was a Dutch football manager who has worked in various football positions on the African continent since 1989. He is most noted for his success with the Nigerian national team. Under Westerhoff, the Super Eagles won the 1994 African Cup of Nations and also qualified for the second round of the FIFA World Cup that year. Westerhoff was signed by the Nigerian Football Association to coach the national team. His effect was immediate as Nigeria reached the final of the 1990 African Cup of Nations, where they lost 1-0 to the host nation Algeria. Ioannis Franciscus Bonfrey was born on the 15th of June 1946. He is a Dutch football coach and a former midfielder who spent his playing career with the MVV Maastricht. Bonfrey led Nigeria to the 2000 African Cup of Nations co-hosted by Nigeria and Ghana. He was an assistant to Westerhoff during the Dutchman's time as Super Eagles coach between 1989 and 1994. Bonfrey led Nigeria national football team to the 1996 Summer Olympic gold medal in Atlanta, Georgia. These people will forever be relevant in the history of sports in Nigeria.
All right, thank you very much. That's some of Nigerians' great sporting personalities. Of course, we saw some of our old coaches, of course, who are not Nigerians, but actually coach the national team. Well, this is the Medley Show. If you're just joining us, we are having our last lap, a review of sports in Nigeria, and of course we'll touch a little because, like some of you said, we should talk about the Premiership. We should talk about the leagues. All right, popular demand. We'll talk about it. I want you to help me welcoming my friend and colleague, a sport analyst. Many of us know him already. Ayo Deji Makinde. Ayo, thanks for coming around.
Good to see you, Cecil.
All right, good to see you. Okay, Ayo Deji, you've just seen some of the sports icon personalities that we've just played. Who are some of your favorites?
Obviously, JJ Okocha. So good I had to be named JJ twice because of Master Dribbler. You know.
That's why his name JJ.
So good he had to be named JJ Augustine Okocha. You saw the goal there while I was still playing for Eintracht Frankfurt when he had to bring down Oliver Kahn was then the goalkeeper of Germany, mesmerizing everybody in Germany. Then before he left the German league to the Turkish league, and they set an African record, moving from Fenerbahce to PSG 1997 for £17 million. And of course, from there to the Premier League, coming to play for Bolton Wanderers, helping Bolton to avoid relegation in the 2002-2003 season. He's one man every footballer, would just want to be like, especially if you're a midfielder. We all know the role he played also in the development of Ronaldinho when it comes to, the leg overs and everything. You've seen Alexi Iwobi also trying to be like his uncle, and his contributions to football development in Africa, we cannot just flip it over like that. Unfortunately, he couldn't win the African Footballer of the Year because of one particular Samuel Eto'o-Fees. But
Samuel Eto'o.
Yeah,
okay.
but
Yes.
JJ for me, as a lover of football, it stands out.
Okay. Now, before we get on with this, what sports do you play? And then he pauses. He takes a pause and he laughs.
Practically none for now, but I have my finger in almost every sporting pie, from golf to tennis, football, badminton, handball, volleyball.
Okay, you just touch a little here and there.
Squash, yeah.
Okay, but maybe we need you to,
I used to be a weightlifter some years ago anyway.
You used to be a weightlifter?
Yeah, well, I had to stop it.
Okay. All right, you just talked about JJ. Who else? Maybe ladies, or I don't know, who else?
Well, it's very difficult when you want to pick between Marion Yali or Blessing Okagbari. But you just might be tempted to go for Marion Yali.
Or maybe, Onyali.
Yes,
Okay,
Marion Yali. Fantastic athlete. 2 Olympic medals. Unfortunately, she couldn't win gold. captain of Team Nigeria to the 2003 All-Africa Games here at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium.
Okay.
Holding our ground also in the development of discovery and development of junior athletes. I consider her contributions, formerly the fastest woman in Africa before Blessing Okagbari took over the record. She's one of the perfect examples that you can give to the younger ones today who really want to go to school and also become a very outstanding athlete out there. Mary Onyali, very, very, very good in our days. Barcelona 92. And we would remember 4x100 meters women's relay there, and also coming all the way to the World Athletics Championship. And of course, for Blessing Okagbari, Delta State-born Blessing Okagbari,
Guinness World Record.
the first Nigerian in many years to win two. I don't know where that bias is coming from. The first Nigerian woman to win medals at the World Athletics Championship. That was at Moscow 2013 when she won silver in the long jump event, and of course in the 200 meters. Of course, Marie Ahouri of Cote d'Ivoire was outstanding in that particular one. They associate in the relay, in the 200 meters rather. So both of them are standouts. I mean, they are after. Even before, if you want to talk about even Mary Onyali, you have to talk about Falila Togunkoya and the rest as well.
Well, we've done really well, actually. We have quite some personalities.
Yeah. And
our messages are, I will take some of the messages of some people who asked questions, who made contributions last week. And the number, just to remind you to reach us, to call, don't call, to send messages. WhatsApp or text messages is 081 1778 2020. The number is showing on your screen at the moment, so you can actually pick up your phone, send us a message. Now, this is what we're doing. You can ask us questions regarding sports. Well, any area of sports is quite versatile. Even the Champions League, which is ongoing, I hear in the semis. Or you can actually send us a message as regards on the question I asked earlier. What do you understand by the digital switchover? The trend has been ongoing, going from state to state in Nigeria. What do you know about it? And for those of you who have experienced it in some of these 6 states, you might want to, and the federal capital, you can also send us a message. Okay, we have some messages now I would like to take, and someone is actually calling instead of sending a message. Please do send your messages to the number I actually just called. Okay, let me take this one. This one is from Obinna Abel. Nigeria don't respect their players. Nigeria abandoned Emmanuel Emenike when he sustained injury playing for his country. Really? Have we really abandoned him?
Sometimes it becomes very difficult to really call it abandon or neglect because if you don't really understand the relationship between the players and, of course, the management of the Nigeria Football Federation, you might be quick to conclude that a particular player has been neglected or not neglected, or some players have been favored ahead of the rest. We've seen instances where some of these players have not really been treated fairly. And but if you take a look at the management in recent years, they've always tried over and over again at least to strike out the issue of bonuses and allowances, which has been a major problem when it comes to international tournaments. Many players have their own stories to tell when it comes to relationship with the Nigeria Football Federation or the Ministry of Youth and Sports Development. But I strongly believe lately we've seen a bit of improvement in the way they're handling that relationship. It's only Emmanuel Emenike that has a story to tell. Even if you ask the late Stephen Keshi, he definitely has a story. If you ask Sunday Olise, they all have stories to tell. But beyond having these issues, I think we should by now be looking out for ways to improve in how to manage ourselves better, at least in line with international best practices.
Okay, well, I hope those in authority, those who make things happen, are actually listening. My name is Mr. Sule Benjamin Omaye. My great sporting moment is 1. 1989 Under-23 World Cup against Russia, that we came from 4 goals down to beat them on penalty. 2. USA 94 against Greece. 3. Tunisia 94 final against Zambia, courtesy of a goal by Amunike. Thank you, guys. Keep it up. All right, that's that one. Oladipo Junaid from Abuja says, my best Nigerian sporting moment include names like Blessing Okagbare CAF in 2013.
AFCON 2013.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then Cameroon versus Nigeria 4-0. Was that in the match?
Well, that's qualification for the 2018 FIFA World Cup in Russia.
Oh, okay, okay. All right. Someone else is saying, my question is, why are we always forgetting our legend? When Maradona died, all Argentina gave him great ceremony. When Rashidi Yekini died, nobody heard about it. Is that really true? Come on now. Well, I think there are some monument. There's a monument dedicated to Rashidi.
Yes. If you the highest lately, he died in 2012. I think the 4th or the 5th of May in 2012. Okay. We've seen recent efforts by the current Minister of Youth and Sports Development to place the mother of the late Rashidi Yekini on monthly stipend, at least to sustain life. There are two ways to it if you really want to. This might not really go down well with some people. Okay. There are some sports administrators who have argued that is it all about what your country can do for you when you cannot longer compete at the highest level, or what you can bring back to your country, because they continue to argue the fact that when you were making the millions of dollars and everything, you had every opportunity to invest into your future. But we've seen instances where many of these sportsmen and women lived a flamboyant lifestyle that was not sustainable. So when they get broke and they can no longer compete at the highest level, they try to come back into the country and say, oh, the country has abandoned us. But we don't say that when you talk about a particular Nwankwo Kanu.
Yes,
you don't say that if you talk about a particular JJ Okocha and many of them that we can mention.
That's true.
Beyond what we've been made to believe over the years, I think it's only proper for those who are still competing at the highest level now to save and invest in the future so that they don't become a liability to government, because there are many things to do than to just sit down and start saying a particular player has been. That does not also mean that those who have contributed immensely to the development of sports in the country should not be given the deserving recognition that they desire.
Okay, I'll take another contribution. My name is Ireju. I like your show, more grace. Thank you very much. My favorite athlete is Anthony. Love you and God bless you. Thank you very much. Who is this? This person, please. Okay, I am Jemima Lena. Who do you think will win, PSG or Man City? Okay, we're going to come to talk Champions League later on as we continue this program. All right, in 2014, who are you, please? My name is Raphael Chimwe. In 2014, my team, I played won Ogun State Basketball City League. Next year, Nigeria won basketball gold at the 2015 FIBA Afrobasket. Yes, it was a great period for me. All right, that's Raphael actually celebrating their wins, which is very good. Okay, who is this? Good afternoon, presenter. My name is Abubakar Kamaldeen from Kwara State. My best favorite football match is 1994 and Chelsea Bayern.
That should be 2012 Champions League final, where Chelsea had to score late in the match, courtesy of Didier Drogba, and then they forced the penalty shootout, and Chelsea won the Champions League for the first time. Okay,
which I will ask you, what's your favorite, the one you can match moments that you would remember? That's
well, it's difficult. I have many of them, but Atlanta 96.
Atlanta 96.
Atlanta 96, yeah. Nigeria coming from behind to beat Brazil, star-studded Brazilian national team. That had the likes of Dida and, of course, Ronaldo de Lima, and many of them out there. And then coming into the final to beat Argentina, despite all the antics and everything, it was really a good moment for me, and I would not forget for a very long time to come.
Okay. Hello, good afternoon. I'm glad that you have such a wonderful program. Thank you. But I want you guys to sometimes discuss about establishing our sports to a standard. We have a lot of talented individuals. The way music is trending all over Nigeria should also be the way sports should go. The system is too low, and you didn't tell me your name. I really would have loved to know your name. Okay, well, that's he's right, actually, or he or she is right. All right. Hello, my name is Tammy. I love your program. Thank you very much. All right, keep your messages coming in. Of course, you have our phone line. Our phone line is 081-1778-2020. Keep your messages coming in. And we'll go on to something else. Now, there's last week we went on the streets. We actually met some of you on the streets. We talked about many things. We asked you questions about your greatest sporting moment and your sporting icons. And many of you sent quite some interesting feedbacks. And we thought, okay, let's have a look at it again. I especially like that first guy. Okay, let's have a look.
3, when I was called to Fly Eagles camp and I was in camp for not being part of the team, 1989. But the team went ahead and Nduka Ogbade and co. Russia 4, Nigeria 0, 4-4. But most tremendous and memorable moment when Nigeria scored Brazil, Bebeto just they cry. 1996 Olympics, best team I think ever. Daniel Mokachi, Kanu Wanko, Ucho Kechuku, Emmanuel Menike, JJ Okocha. The best in the world. The best in the world! Yeah. Thank you.
So much. Thank you.
Tunisia 94, African Cup of Nations. But I think Nigeria played fine. Nigeria won that Nations Cup. I can't really remember the country they played against.
My favorite event moment in Nigerian football should be when the Super Eagles won the African Cup of Nations in 2013, where we defeated Burkina Faso 1-0 through an early goal from Sunday Mba.
My favorite eventful moment has been the day Choma Ajungwa won the gold medal in long jump in the Olympics. That was for the first time in Nigerian in my life and times I've witnessed, a woman winning it for Africa and for Nigeria.
I could remember a match between Nigeria and Cameroon, and it was a free kick was given to Nigeria. So it was JJ Okota that scored the goal that made Nigeria to win the match. That's all. And I'm very happy, very excited.
I started supporting Chelsea. I love Chelsea football. I started supporting Chelsea when I was Jose Mourinho was the coach. He won the title 2 times. He bought our man from Nigeria, John Mikelobi. That's what made me fall in love. To love Chelsea. So since then I started loving Chelsea, and I love them more when they carry the Champions League. You understand? Didier Drogba scored the only goal. I love Chelsea. Me, I'm Chelsea. Even inside me, the blood is Chelsea.
A moment, I would say, it was in the World Cup in 2010, Brazil versus Germany. When Brazil lost in their home ground at Maracanã Stadium, where like the god of soccer has told Brazil that nobody will ever defeat them on that ground. So they lost 7-1 to Germany, and like that was something nobody thought was ever possible. Like you can imagine, my grandpa even had to open his limited edition Jack Daniel for us to drink because everybody was happy at last.
I remember a particular match that is Messi scored winning goal against Alaves. So I loved that match very well. And the fact that Messi was the man of the match, while they beat Real Sociedad 1-0, scored by Dembele.
I think JJ Okocha is one of my favorite players. So he played very well. Even at times, I used to play ball like him. Just take it like this. So that's just it. So football is an interesting event that nobody will want to miss. Though it's because I don't have access to light in my place. That's why I would have put all my appliances on so that I'll be watching football at my leisure at home.
All right, so these are some of the reactions that we brought up from the street last week, and we just thought, okay, we should see it again. I I remember, I don't know, I think I'm right, in the players of '96, they did so well that they were promised some properties or something.
Many things.
Many things. I did. Is it true? Like one of our writers is saying that why is it that Nigerians don't reward their players? Is it true that many of those people didn't get most of what they were promised?
Not completely true, but to a large extent, true.
Okay.
When they won gold after defeating Argentina in the final, they were promised national honors.
National honors.
Yeah,
yes.
they got MON. Some got more than MON. Like Patrick Pascal is still alive. He's the coordinator of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So when you call him Patrick Pascal, he'll tell you, put MON there. So they got MON. That's one. We all remember that the late head of state, General Sani Abacha, also rewarded them with ₦1 million each then. They all can attest to that. Some of them are still alive. And then where the issue is mainly is about accommodation, houses that they were promised. Not all of them seem to get it then. And just a few of them. And for those who didn't get, they are still believing that 25 years later they can still get it.
Did you have to stress 25 years later? A child born 25 years ago is done with university and is almost a CEO.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's take some messages. I am Hayat John. Please, where is Peter Rufai, the goalkeeper? There's one question from that. Let's see if we can take... okay, good afternoon. My name is Max. I seriously love your program. Thank you very much, Max. Who is here again? Okay, let's quickly take the question on Peter Rufai and let me see what else we have.
For Dodo Mayana Dodo, that's his nickname.
Okay.
The last time I was on a radio show in Lagos. It's quite prominent nowadays on doing more of punditry on many shows in Lagos states now, and also some years before the outbreak of COVID-19, I saw him at one or two academies out there in Lagos across the country where he's serving as an inspiration to junior players who really want to take football as a career. So I believe he's still doing well at the moment. He's one of the finest goalkeepers Nigeria has ever seen. I remember he was actually in goal throughout the 1994 Nations Cup and the World Cup. And he had to be brought back in 1998 for the France World Cup.
So he's still around.
He's doing well.
He's doing well. Okay.
He's doing very well.
He's doing well. All right. Madam on NTA, you forgot to name Chioma Ajunwa. Okay. The first Nigerian to win the Olympic gold medal. Oga or Madam who have just sent this message, we are going to answer your question now. So Chioma Ajunwa.
Chioma Ajunwa, the last encounter we had was 2019 before the outbreak of COVID. Nigeria's only individual gold medalist at the Olympics. So we remember that golden leap, that's what they call it, when she won gold at Atlanta 1996 Olympic Games. And beyond that triumph, Chioma Ajunwa is another perfect example to really admire. Once a footballer at the inaugural 1991 FIFA Women's World Cup, from football to athletics, and then track field events. And then after she outgrew the age of competition, she followed her passion. A high-ranking police officer now. As the last time I saw her, she was, I think, an ACP. She should be an ACP by now. I think she was an CSP at some point. ACP by now. That's an assistant commissioner of police. That's quite impressive if you consider the way she has risen through the ranks right from the late 80s through the 90s and the noughties. I mean, she's really a perfect example. That must have been someone who really admires Chioma Ajunwa.
Okay. All right. So, someone is still talking Chioma Ajunwa here. All right. My name is... Okay, please, can you... my name is Samuel. Did you guys deliberately leave out Chioma Ajunwa? We've just talked about her now. Okay. I'm surprised. Okay. Sheung, we've just talked about her. I hope you're okay now. Yeah, wow, her admirers are quite numerous on this program. All right, so I'll still take more of your messages, and that will be if you just stop trying to call so that I can actually read your messages. Good afternoon. I'm really enjoying your program. JJ Okocha remain my world best player. To me, digital switchover is a transformation of the national broadcast spectrum from analog to digital. Mari Ishaya from Kaduna. Thank you, Mary. You've just attempted to contribute to the two topics we're discussing today. I like it and kept it very brief. My name is Omukwe Okechukwu Paul from Owerri. Nigeria immortalized Rashidi Yekini by naming a stadium after him. Okay, because he died while playing, maybe that's why.
Nah, not really. Rashidi died in 2012. He retired long before then.
Oh.
Yes, and
It's,
well, that will still be a question of a question for the Ministry of Youth and Sports Development and to answer to decide.
I think I was actually trying to. Okay,
Samuel Okwaraji.
Okwaraji. How did you know that? Yeah, so he
Samuel
died.
Okwaraji. Yeah.
Does he have a stadium already named after him?
Somewhere in the east, yes, somewhere in the east. I know of that for sure. Somewhere in the east, yes.
Okay, and I think it has a monument somewhere in
Lagos, the National Stadium.
That's the stadium he was playing.
Yeah, absolutely, yes. 1990 World Cup qualifier against Angola.
My world-class performance of the Super Eagles is USA 98, where the bull dance.
USA 94, must have made a mistake there.
Yeah, it's a USA 94,
okay,
where the bull dance, the
against Bulgaria. That was the second goal against Bulgaria when Daniela Mokachi was,
Oh, so that's the bull dance.
Oh,
okay. Okay, that's the bull dance. A very interesting program, and I love it. Thank you. But Nigeria must come out to pick these talented youths walking on the streets, and they are better than the Super Eagles. You didn't write your name. Yes. We believe that there are actually very many of these very talented ones on the field. Everybody. I mean, growing up in the day, Saturday, probably called Environmental Day. We just see children set goalpost and the whole street.
Monkey post.
Monkey post. Okay. All right. Ayodeji Makinde. We'll still talk a little more. When we get back, we'll talk about the Champions League.
Wow.
Yes, wow. But even though I still keep seeing more of your messages coming. Anyhow, we'll talk the Champions League when we get back from this break.
Nigeria, our great nation with vast and rich land. Our people are strong and united. Our founding fathers, Sir Ahmadu Bello, Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, Chief Obafemi Awolowo, Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, and a host of others bequeathed us a united, peaceful and prosperous Nigeria. Let us honor them by living in peace with one another. Let us eschew violence, ethnic profiling, and religious bigotry. We must avoid hate speech and other forms of derogatory words against our fellow Nigerians. Let our differences in tribes, cultures, religions, or politics be the ingredients that make our unity palatable. Let us all join hands to fight our common enemies of insecurity, poverty, and unemployment. Nigeria is big enough for us all. Let's unite to make our country a great place for us all. This message is from Sir Ahmadu Bello Memorial Foundation in collaboration with Nigerian Television Authority, NTA.
All right, thank you very much for staying with us on the Medley Show. We are still talking sports, and it's time for us to move on to the Champions League. All right, I know many of you will be willing and very eager to talk about the Champions League. We know last night on Tuesday 27th, we had Chelsea and Real Madrid. All right, tell us, review it. Help us. Let's have a review.
Well, the match really lived up to the hype and expectation that many expected to see. No one really gave Chelsea a chance in that particular encounter, considering the form that they've had recently. They had to dig deep over the weekend in the Premier League to get 3 points. And then coming into the game, while Real Madrid didn't really have the full complement of their players in the match that they played in La Liga, resting some key players because of this key one. But it was a match that Chelsea should have won.
Yes.
They were quite profligate in front of goal thanks to Timo Werner and, of course, some poor finishing. And, of course, the coach, Thomas Tuchel, would not really be happy because it was a game Chelsea could have rounded off in the first leg and just come to Stamford Bridge to just play for caution and then ease into the final. But at 1-1, it's very difficult because, yes, advantage Chelsea, you have the away goal. But where it becomes difficult now is Chelsea needs to avoid defeat at Stamford Bridge. If the match ends goalless at Stamford Bridge, advantage Chelsea. If it ends 1-1, they go to the lottery of penalties.
Sorry, take it. If it ends
Goalless at Stamford Bridge, advantage Chelsea because of the away goal.
Okay.
They'll qualify into the final.
Okay.
If it ends 1-1, they go to the penalty kicks. If it ends 2-2 at Stamford Bridge, that's 3-3. It's now going to be advantage Real Madrid. That's where it's very delicate because away goal rule really counts.
Oh, okay. And when is the next next play?
They're playing next week.
They're playing next week.
Next week.
Okay.
Next week.
And I struggle to follow sports, even though I love it. I love it when you guys all gather at that place and you guys go, hey, all your problems are settled. For the ladies, if you want to ask for money that time, that's a good time. Make sure that
you can't be too sure.
You can't be too sure.
You just had one of the respondents there saying, Chelsea's in my blood. Like, ooh. Who knows you from Stamford Bridge, please?
Yeah, I like the way we take this as sort as religion. That's something that actually unites many of us. All right. What I was asking, there's a player that used to be a Chelsea player who actually is playing with Real Madrid now.
Chelsea player? Oh, Eden Hazard.
Yes. So I was reading up who scored the goals for
Karim Benzema equalized for Real Madrid after Christian Pulisic put the Blues ahead.
This. Which of the clubs do you follow?
I follow just all clubs. Well, you can possibly abuse me if you say Shooting Star Sports Club of Ibadan.
Very patriotic.
Just up-suiting, you know. No, suiting.
Okay, sorry. The Shooting Star Club.
Shooting Stars.
Shooting Stars.
Shooting Stars.
Shooting Stars.
Shooting Stars.
That club.
Up-suiting.
All right, and so tonight we'll play.
Big one at Parc des Princes. PSG will be welcoming. Or they have welcomed Manchester City because it's going to be a cracker again today. Last season's finalists, they lost to Bayern Munich. And, of course, Manchester City will really fancy their chances. Remember, they're fresh from winning the Carabao Cup. Courtesy of that goal scored by Aymeric Laporte to beat Tottenham by a lone goal and then winning the Carabao Cup for the 4th successive season. So they take a lot of confidence into that match. And, of course, PSG had to dig deep to beat Metz in the French League over the weekend. They're still second on the log, while Manchester City are destined to win the Premier League. So PSG would really give themselves a chance. Remember, their last two positions in the Champions League.
Yodeji, when you're saying all these things, it sounds really Spanish and Greek to me.
Okay.
But when I'm going to talk about the thing I'll be talking about next, which is the digital switchover, I understand it as perfect English.
Okay.
This is the point where I'll say thank you very much for coming around.
I appreciate you.
All right. So, Ayodeji, sports analyst and of the Shooting Stars. Of Ibadan.
Just 3 S's is okay.
We'll take a break now and then we'll be right back. Did you get to see the way Tell him about the polls this month. Don't forget to send in your messages.
There's a difference between picking, child, and issue. The idea that is can do more with less people.
If we have a better way of addressing these issues, taking care of.
Congratulations, you were able to sign Timo Werner from RB Leipzig.
So you take water before your workout.
People have used their phone, using TikTok to do that.
Should I go for test? Should I?
A lot of people don't even have resources.
I'm Cecil, and this is the Medley Show on NTA. So we just rounded off talks on the Champions League earlier. Before that, we talked about iconic moments in Nigerian sports, iconic personalities, and so much. All right, it's time for us to talk about the digital switch over now. I told you earlier on in the program that What do you understand by the digital switch over? I think there's a moment where we get to educate ourselves on this. What do you understand a digital switch over? How long has Nigeria been trying to switch over? Where have we switched over? What are the benefits? These are some of what we'll be talking about on this next lap of the Medley Show. All right, I will take some of your messages. I have Ifeanyi, okay, Ifeanyi, you just told me you didn't write where you're coming from, where you're writing from. Ifeanyi says, I have no idea what is digital switch over. Okay, I get you. I'm sorry. I guess at the end of this program, you will get to understand what that means. All right, I'll still take more of your messages, but I would like us to quickly get an introduction of what the digital switch over is and the benefits.
You will require a decoder to enjoy the benefits of digitization. Better picture quality, variety of channels for viewers to enjoy, electronic program guide, ability to record and store content, and better use of spectrum for telecommunication.
So in the digital era, we can save a whole lot of space. We can get clean, clear pictures. Now, Nigeria made efforts since joined the ITU and signed some agreements in 2006 to move from analog TV to digital TV. And, well, Nigeria signed the agreement with the International Telecommunications Union, and efforts have been made to move on. For now, several cities in the country have actually moved on from analog to digital. There is a gradual switch on. Now, what happens is that they go to a state. They started from Jos. Now, they switched on the city of Jos to digital. Now, there are some other places around Jos, that are around Plateau State, that have actually not received digital signal. But Jos, as a pilot city, is actually receiving clean, clear pictures. So if you are in a place like Jos, or you are in Ilorin, you are in Oshogbo, you are in Enugu, you are in FCT here, these are the places that have actually moved on digital. You can actually have digital viewing, very clean, clear pictures. And you can do this with the availability of a set-top box. We'll move on to hear this discussion I had with the Director General of the NTA, Yakubu Ibn Mohammed. He had this chat where he talked about some of the benefits of the digital switch over, the set-top box, and why you should be a part of it.
For viewers, the choice is, is there. You are not, constrained, or you are not tied to one channel. And this comes as a challenge to the content producers, because if your content is not good enough, there are other channels, to go to. So for content producers, the content must be up there. The quality of the content must be up there. And for you to produce content, right, that is up there, you need the best of professionals. So there will be lots and lots of jobs to be created. You will need producers, you will need, specialists in graphics, you will need makeup people and so on and so forth, set designers and so on and so forth. So, lots and lots of opportunities. So the migration from digital from analog to digital is not just, a mere slogan. It's something that will impact very positively on the economy of the nation.
You understand how much you can actually gain from being a content producer on the channel? Like, for instance, there is a guy who actually approached me and says he would like to start a sporting program, but of course he cannot buy an entire TV channel. So people like him who have ideas like this can actually produce content, because many content providers, many channels on this digital switch over would need content to actually fill in their airspace. So if you, as the guy who actually produces culinary program, you can queue in and sell your program to some of this. I remember quality is the key word here. Your content has to be of good quality. That's why they tell you that content is actually king. Now, this is the way it works. You need a set-top box. If you have an analog TV, you need a set-top box. The set-top box is just like a regular decoder.
Set-top box is key to the transition. Set-top box determines the numerous benefits that are available that viewers are likely to tap into. But the problem is that people at home buy their set-top boxes and still plug the old antenna they use for analog into that system. And so most of them don't get the required signal. You need your antenna to be facing your transmitter, the signal distributor, in the general direction it is pointing to it. You need, if you are in the maximum or what we call primary signal area, you can make do with indoor antenna. But when we are beyond that area, you need an external antenna pointing towards the general direction of the transmission. That is when you can get signal.
All the boxes so far distributed were subsidized by government. Going forward, that subsidy is not going to be there. And we've been exploring avenues to ensure that there are people have options in the market. There will be lower cost set-top boxes, which are not subsidized by government. Same capability. You still receive your signals. You still have the options of using your box as an internet hub or doing a video on demand on your box. Those ones will still be there, but they have to be an affordable box for the populace, because the first batch of boxes that came were like the Rolls Royce of boxes. So we're looking at avenues. We're almost there to ensure that there are boxes available in the market that people can actually, middle class people can afford to buy.
In every city that this digital switchover happens, this is what happens. They have local channels, regional channels, and national channels. All these channels you can actually watch for free. And the box actually goes for the price of 1,500 naira. But those in very rural areas, we understand that some state government is making it subsidized, so at subsidized rates. Some people are even giving it out for free. But this is the thing, you only recharge once in a year. Once in a year, you get to have a 1,500 naira recharge, and you can watch all these channels up to 36, and maybe later on it's going to be more, for free.
This service is the first handshake with digital TV that a lot of our viewers are experiencing. So it comes with features like information services, which is like a digital reading platform where you can read news feeds from newspapers, from news channels, from the Ministry of Information, Ministry of Health, from the Nigerian police. So the information services is quite a unique feature. It also comes with the push video on demand, where we actually deliver video assets onto the box, and on a transactional basis, customers can purchase and view movies. And this is dedicated to the Nollywood industry. So this particular service, which is already active, is dedicated to our own indigenous movies, and is proving to be a very popular service. There are other digital TV features, including PVR, the connected box, audience measurement, which is very, very important for the entire ecosystem. So it comes loaded with all the features that you can imagine any digital TV platform would have.
Digital switchover, well, it's pretty much known as the free TV. Yeah, it's called the free TV. I guess I should have used the word free TV earlier. In many of the places where it's launched, it's called the free TV. It's free because you can actually watch TV for free. It's unlike the regular pay TV that we know we have. We have the pay TV platforms like the Star Times, the Go TVs. Yeah, but this one is actually absolutely free. You just have to recharge for 1,500 naira annually, and then you can watch all the local channels for free.
Free TV has been able to serve us. First of all, it's cheaper, and it's built for the masses.
In fact, I have to abandon all that decoder in my house and start watching it when Brother Lai introduced it to me. It's very fantastic. I have it in my shop and I have it in my house.
sometimes they introduce it newly. Some are afraid to butt it, but now when I'm using it in my house, I really enjoy it a lot.
And I'll be them sang within a government website in car. We may all hear free go the much in our. So for more than 4 years, I've enjoyed and may enjoy it.
It's a big relief for us, and I wish the government should please try harder and improve on it.
There's need for more publicity towards that, so people get to know more about it.
Lagos, be on standby, just be on the watch out. The switchover is in your domain now. I know Lagos is a very big place. Of course, we know that Lagos, pretty much many people are already watching digital TV. And just before I leave, I'll educate us very quickly on what this is. This free TV that we are talking about, that the government is launching, is called the DTT, Digital Terrestrial Television or Transmission. It's unlike the DST that we know, Digital Satellite TV. For many of you who are watching this program through DSTV, you're watching it through Digital Satellite TV. But what we are talking about, what the government is promoting now, is the DTT, Digital Terrestrial. It's going to be terrestrial. It's just like a regular free-to-air, but this time it comes in digital format, and of course it's cleaner and clearer. All right, I see many of your messages coming in, but I'm sorry, we are actually running out of time. We are running out of time. Okay, I will quickly take this one. This person is Otodo from Ibadan. We don't have digital TV in Ibadan, but I have watched it in my friend's place in Oshogbo. All right, so you have seen it in his friend's place in Oshogbo. Yeah, so Oshogbo, is, like I said, is one of the states that is one of the cities that actually have switched on. All right, I will still take another message. Another message now. I really like those of you in these cities that have switched over to actually send your messages. Let's get to know your experiences. All right, this person is writing from Enugu. Okay, good. Enugu is one of the states that have actually switched on. All right, my name is Choma Ezinwa from Enugu State. I love your show. Thank you very much. How can I get the digital TV? All right, well, they sell it in some stands. If you're in Enugu City proper, I think Enugu has switched on already, so you can get it in some of the stands where they sell regular TV. You might see the signposts that you go around the market. Well, I still see some of your messages, but because your calls keep coming through, I can't take your message while you're trying to call me. So this is the point where I'll actually end the show for today. I have some of your messages still coming in for sports. I'll forward them to Ayodeji Makinde, and he'll make effort to reach you and answer your questions. My name is Cecil Egbeli. On behalf of the entire crew, thank you very much and have a great week ahead.